Perfect birch bark for a birch bark canoe. Just you really don't know what the bark looks like until you've made at least a small cut and try to lift the edges of it. I was saying it's either a book or a CD. Because bad bark always kind of looks like this, right? It's like the pages of a book.
Oh, okay.
And you just can't build with that.
Okay.
But this one, and this happens sometimes, this one also has more of a CD layer on the inside.
Okay.
Which is a little bit booky, but probably if this tree was still standing, we could use it to build with.
That's thick enough right there?
It's a little on the thin side, but I've built with even slightly thinner than that. Because it's so strong this way, right?
Right.
That you could still make a good canoe out of it. So this one, and I've seen this before, once you get the loose booky part off,
yep,
you still got a good chunk of CD bark in there.
So this stuff is nothing, basically.
You would just peel that all off when you go to use the sheet. And then the next thing you would do is test it to see how easily it bends. Sometimes you get brash bark that will crack when you try to fold it that way. It's rare.
Canoe, right?
It's very rare, but it does happen. And then the next thing you want to do is see how much flexibility you have in the in the eyes. And this one like looks really. See how far I had to bend that before it cracked? That's that would have been a good bark. You could have built with this, assuming that the tree, the tree had a good enough piece. It would be good. But that's all you gotta do. Just a little test pattern. I don't even have to make it that long. When you go around, check in. In the old days, they would take the axe and make a big slash, pull a piece off.
Oh yeah.
Because
you don't need that.
But you don't need to do that.
Well, they'd cut down the tree and then debark it too, right?
Well, they wouldn't cut it down until they saw it had good bark. But
yeah.
So you just basically
this part, and this happens too. Like sometimes you'll have what's considered good bark in one part, go up another foot, and the bark gets all booky again. So it can take some time selecting.
Is that a common term, the bookie, or
well,
that's just your?
I kind of invented it myself.
It makes
Is it a
sense,
book or a CD?
Yeah. That's cool.
A lot of times you walk through the birch forest and you see bleached white bark with these big pieces hanging off of it. I'm sure you've seen that too.
Just like peeling.
Yeah,
off the side.
huge sheets. That almost always is bad bark. It's almost always booky bark.
Okay.
And but when a lot of times, then when you see trees that have more of these like dark eyes, like this one, right down here, where these eyes are darker, and it's not all bleach white. Often that's much better bark. And this is a characteristic I see a lot. You see the darker eyes, and then the little cross. Can you see those?
Yeah.
The little tiny cross slashes in the eyes themselves.
Yeah.
Often really good bark has those. I don't know why.
Really?
Jeffrey's felled this absolutely gorgeous cedar for us, and we've already split it in half by driving the wedges in. Normally, when I don't have a good man like him with the chainsaw, I use the fro, and I'll show you what I do with that. So I've got it split in half now. We're gonna go quarters, and you might want to come to this end. Okay? Officially, you're not supposed to hit steel on steel in case a piece of metal flies off. But Jeff has his glasses on. I'll just give her a few little left taps. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. We're always splitting in half. You can't split a small piece off. Everything goes in half all the time.
I didn't know that.
Because it'll just shear off if you do. That's my 47 Chevy pickup flow.
So then the wedge in there?
Yep. we're gonna use the cedar for canoe ribs, birch bark canoe ribs, sheathing, and that's it. Oh, we might use it for stem pieces also. Just like I feel today. Won't feel tomorrow. Just like I feel today. But my baby, she done gone away. Okay, I'm ready then.
Okay.
What's the first question?
How long have you built canoes for?
Well, ever since I was a young boy.
In song format, please.